But welcome back to another Overreaction Monday, week 10. It's November 15, 2021. Man, we back. Here we are, man. What do we know, man? What's your first overreaction from yesterday, man, from this weekend?
Overreaction? My first one, the Chargers are frauds, man. The Chargers are frauds, man. Like the past 2 weeks, I've been jumping on the Justin Herbert, the Darius Butler,
man,
Chargers bandwagon, and man, they've been letting me down, man.
Last week,
that's obviously an overreaction, man. But that's one of mine.
I mean, mine is, and I wouldn't even say it's overreaction because I kind of been saying it. We maybe both been saying this, but Chiefs might be back. They might be back 6-4 right now. We kept talking about, they were winning, but they were winning ugly.
Yeah.
Still good to win. I think they're going to stack 3 wins in a row now. Obviously lost some games earlier that they felt like they should have won. Patrick Mahomes had another 400-yard game last night, threw the ball 50 times. Did make a couple throws that I was kind of like, even though they turned out well, you're like, man, that ain't Abrams back there. That's a pick with that running back. That's one of them. But got the win, put up a bunch of points, 41-14 against the divisional opponent, the Raiders. The Chiefs are back. That's my first overreaction, man.
Hey, another real overreaction. Are the Raiders done?
You know what? Remember we talked earlier.
So they started off hot.
Mm-hmm.
And we said we've kind of seen this from them last year. Obviously, they've had a lot go on in the organization, the head coach, Ruggs. And I thought this would have been a perfect game for them playing back at home, playing against a divisional rival, that they can kind of get things back going. But to come out and lose at home 41-14,
it was
what you think?
It was ugly, and this was when we talked a few weeks ago. We put that graphic up about the teams who were kind of in the lead at that point, and we said, if we had to pick any of the teams that will falter as the season goes on, we talked about the Bengals because they were young, and you said, hey, how would they be able to handle success at this point? At that point, I think they were at the top of the AFC, and then we also talked about the Raiders. Because of what's happened last year, and obviously all of the outside noise and distractions that have been going on, and tragedy that have been going on with the Raiders organization this year. And right on the money, I guess they're both a faltering. So it ain't looking good. I won't say they're done just yet, just because that division, like you said, Herbert, Staley, what's going on there? Denver. What's going on there, man? So it's still a lot of questions in that division, still a tough division. But the Chiefs are back. Raiders got their ass whooped, but I think they can bounce back and still salvage the season somewhat.
Hey, we talk about it, man. If you have a system around you, you have a chance to be successful. So a lot of times you see these young quarterbacks go into situations that's not pretty, right? So obviously the Patriots were able to get an earlier draft pick than what they usually do, because 9 times out of 10, they playing either in the Super Bowl or deep in the playoffs. And Mac Jones coming into a situation in a system that he can thrive in, and like you said, like not every game he has to be that quarterback that throws for 300 yards or have these wild numbers, but do what you're supposed to do. Yeah. And I think now as he gets later on in the season, he's more comfortable in the system. I think they're going to open it up a little more. The defense is playing well. Special teams is always going to play well up there with New England. And I like what I'm saying.
That was an all around ass whooping. The defense obviously been playing well and getting better as the season goes on, as we expect. This is the part of the season we talked about it where teams, that really identify themselves, really get hot going these runs. And these Patriots, man, and Mac Jones, Hey, Mac, he was very decisive yesterday. So a lot of his throws, the touch, the accuracy, the smarts, all this stuff that people raved about coming out, and why a lot of people were saying, "Hey, he's going to make go number 3." He's putting it on display now, and you
Yeah.
talk about all the time the surroundings. What do you have around your quarterback? A lot of people say, "Oh, Mac Jones should have went second. He should have went third." I think Mac Jones went to the perfect spot. I think he went to the perfect spot, perfect coach, perfect coordinator. I don't think he would be having the same success with the Jets in New York. I just personally don't, but could be wrong. But Matt, hey, if you had to answer this question though, can Mac Jones lead the Patriots to the Super Bowl? Most likely will be a wild card. I still think the Bills win this division, but can Mac Jones lead the Patriots to the Super Bowl?
Overreaction Monday, right?
This, we're gonna bring this back. So week 17, week 18 roll around.
Hey,
we're gonna bring this video back.
I think he can. I think he can. Now it's gonna be a tough road, but I think he can, and I think they have again the right leadership in Bill Belichick. They have a defense. They can run the ball. And your special teams gonna come and play.
They were down there starting running back too yesterday.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, those are all that's your equation right there. You got the formula. So I think they can, and I'm with you. I think the Bills are going to win this division. They get in that wild card. It's all about matchups at that point.
Yeah. I'm gonna say no. Not this year. Not this year. Even though the AFC is sort of wide open right now, I just feel like, when it gets deep, pause, like you're going to have to, like your quarterback's just going to have to go out there and just have a couple crazy games. And it's going to be Lamar, Patrick, the Titans. Who else we going to have on the AFC side?
But think about it though, D. But I'm with you though. You are going to have a game. What you just say?
I said I ain't gonna put Herbert there right
now. Okay. But just think about it though. Like you said, like I do believe I'm with you when you say quarterback is going to go out there and have to have a great game. One of those games doing that run. But man, if that defense just keeps playing like
Josh Allen,
man, special teams gonna give you some crucial plays.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. If he was sitting at 8-2 right now or something, and it looked like they was gonna have home field advantage, that may be a completely different ball game. You're talking about everybody having to come up to Foxborough and win.
Yeah.
But him having to travel as a rookie and win on the road in some of these hostile environments, I don't see it right now. I'm not gonna overreact that much, but they are hitting Monday, baby. They are hitting the stride right now. And who knows? In 30 minutes, that overreaction may
ain't no telling
be there.
While we talking about this, what you think of DK, man?
That shit was lame. That was lame. We watch it. We done been around a lot of tough guys, and when I watch the shit that he does, that he's been doing, it's one or two things to me. I ain't even gonna get into the details of that, but even watching the video back, you can see he picks and chooses who he tried with that bullshit.
No question.
He going and grabbing the face mask of the young boy shit. Then Amos coming there, then he cool. Then somebody else getting there, and then Savage getting there, then he cool again. Then everybody, come on with the fake tough guy shit, bro. Just get out there, do your job, play football. Somebody, hold your ground. But he been doing too much, and it's been going on he was doing it last year a little bit too, but he was producing, and now when he's not producing. Some of his frustration is different, but I thought it was corny. It was lame all the way around. What you thought about it?
Yeah, it'd be that. I mean, to me, it's the same, man. Just that extra shit.
Mm-hmm.
And as a player, you kind of said it. You pick and choose your battles. And I'm pretty sure you played against guys like that. Like you watch them on film, and you be like, okay, he doing this, that, and the third. But when somebody else step up to him, it ain't that same energy.
Facts.
So it ain't that same energy. So but yeah, man, you just gotta go out there and play ball cut all that madness out, man.
He got to cut it out. But what I don't want, I know I picked the Seahawks, and Russ, Mr. Unlimited. I thought, him being out for those weeks, he was gonna come back so hungry and fresher than his body's ever been in November, and he'd been training and rehabbing for 19 hours a day.
Man, I'm like, come on, man.
As soon as I saw that report, when I saw Rap, she put that shit out, I wanted to change my damn pick so bad. And then I had questions, obviously, with A-Rod coming off of COVID, just based on the history of other quarterbacks and other players coming off of COVID and how they would be. And, but A-Rod didn't play great either. But this Packers defense, man, what they done against Kyler, Mahomes, Russ, like we said, you out there, I want to hear no excuse, no explanation. They have been balling all year. So I think they're a top 5 defense right now. And, you got a defense like that, and a quarterback like A-Rod. That's why I'm not mad at you having them at the top of that NFC at all. Yeah. So they look good, man. Defense looks damn good. Look like the strength of this team actually right now.
Nah, and I ain't mad at it. Then they had the young boy come in late in the game, Dylan. And you got in December, you don't want to on the defensive side, and it's cold. You don't want to see them problems, man.
A big fresh body. He fresh too, man.
Exactly.
Nah.
Exactly.
But hold on, let me look at these Packers stats. We got a man-to-man alum, Amos over there. He been balling, but the Green Bay Packers defense after 10 weeks, 3rd in points allowed, 3rd in yards allowed, 3rd in yards per play, 6th in takeaways, 3rd in opponent passer rating, 2nd in yards per attempt, 7th in scoring percentage, 7th in turnover percentage. So Packers doing their thing, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Shout out to green and yellow. Well, this is an overreaction. I saw G.I. Joe. He tweeted me yesterday with the video attached. We can't throw the video up in here. We already got one strike, couple strikes. We threw a video here a while ago. But if you haven't seen the video, it was Teddy Bridgewater. It was at the fumble, right?
Yeah.
So it was at the fumble. Yeah. He went in. They showed us a video of him basically not even making an attempt to make a tackle. And G.I. Joe was hot about this. He said, "You got to at least try. Why are you even playing if you ain't?" How did you feel about that? About Teddy? Teddy B doing what he did.
Man, so I ain't like it. We out there playing football. You know what I'm saying? You one of the leaders, man. I understand. The quarterback. Sometimes, quarterback don't be out there trying to tackle or whatever the case may be. But that was a big time play. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta I gotta see more effort. I got to.
Would you feel the same way if that was 18?
I gotta see more effort. Like dive at the legs or something. And like I said, I understand. Like with the quarterbacks, they don't be wanting to get the quarterbacks involved in that. But it's 11 guys out here on the field. I gotta see more effort. I don't care who you are.
I ain't gonna lie. Teddy get a pass from me. He get a pass from me. And maybe I'm just scarred from playing with Andrew Luck for 5 years, 5-6 years. But there was sometimes he'll throw a pick aside. I'd be like, bro, but I understand what you're saying, effort. But there was no way for him to even fake it. It was a lot coming at Teddy done dealt with a bunch of injuries. Teddy like, man, fuck what y'all talking about. I ain't about to be back on in that training room. Y'all throw Drew Lock out here, baby. Y'all I'll be back out here next week. So I get it, Teddy, 2 gloves. That ain't what you get paid to do. You don't get paid to tackle, man. So I wouldn't have felt if that was Tom. I saw Tom Brady throw a pick and just go hand on his knees. I saw him just walk. I've seen Peyton do it. I've seen other guys do it. So hey, Teddy 2 gloves, you get the same pass from me, brother.
Okay, so but when they threw that pick, was like they on the other side of the field. Like did the guy
to my Tom?
Like Tom and 18, like did the guy run right by him? I'm talking about he ran right. Like right now, if somebody walked in your office right now, They would be in the same screen, right? That's a little
was about right there. It was.
That's a little different. So I get it if he was back and he, he threw it and the runner was on the other side of the field and he ain't about to go take off, but I'm talking about.
Hey, somebody sent me the video again. Somebody sent me the video again. Yeah, it was close. So I understand. Look, Truck, Marcus Clemens, he said he not that top tier. Damn that. To Teddy, to him he is. You know what I mean?
That would be tough for me, D-Buck.
I know what Teddy been through, man. I know what he been through, man.
Hey, we all been through some things.
Nah, I know what Teddy been through, man. Hey,
we all been through some things.
That's a business decision, brother.
That's rough for me, man. I seen that one. I'm like, damn, you can at least like dive on the ground or something. Like
it's
at least get dirty, like
Bottom
boy. Overreaction. Hurts is the best Alabama quarterback in the league. What you think?
Mac Jones. I gotta. Am I overreacted to Mac? Damn, you got Mac Jones, you got Hurts, you got
Tua,
Hurts, Jones, Tua. Is that only three? I think that's only three starters.
Yeah.
Damn, that's tough. Is Hurts the best? Might be. If I had to build my team around one, who would I take? You know what? I'm gonna go with Mac Jones. I'll take Mac Jones.
You go Mac Jones?
I like Hurts. I've been on a Hurts train since last year, but I'm gonna take Mac Jones because
why would you go Mac Jones?
Because this was why. So we just talked about the trajectory and the progress of Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
So if you look at where Mac Jones is right now, if I look out and kind of what do I think his progression will be a year down the line, 2 years maybe down the line? I think he's going to be a very good quarterback. I do same thing with Jalen Hurts, but Mac Jones, how he dissects things from that pocket, I would take him. That'd be my choice. I would take him. Protect him, build a good old line around him. So some weapons at receiver.
So do you?
Me Mac 10, baby.
Would you say? I'm big on this, just as far as like who Mac Jones is learning from, what they're teaching them. Could that be a big difference as far as what you see in Jalen Hurts versus Mac Jones? You know what I mean? Where you talking about like the trajectory, could that play a difference? Whereas if Hurts was in New England, like, and what he's able to do with his legs and things of that nature, like.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So in that system, like I mean, legs they can always help you out, but in that system, they want somebody who's going to distribute that thing from the pocket, find matchups, keep the ball moving down, matriculating down the field, taking care of it. I feel like Hurts. I wouldn't want to see Hurts in that type of system, honestly. I want to see Hurts get out there and do some special things that Mac Jones may not have the capacity to do. But so I wouldn't want to see him in that system. And 5 years from now, Jalen Hurts could be the better quarterback for sure. But if I just had to bet or take one to build my franchise around, I would go with Mac. I would go with Mac. After the year he had at Bama and then living up to the hype. Everybody said, hey, Patriots system, he's going to be the next one, woo. And, he's up to this point. I feel like he's living up to that hype. I don't want to gas him up like he's,
I mean, he's overreaction Monday. Hey, he's overreaction Monday.
Mac 10 to go. Nah. I'm gonna take on Mac.
Tomorrow game. Hey, go to the Colts game, man. I got something I want to say about our Colts.
Oh yeah. Let's get there. Cause they jumped out 17 zip. Then just
17 zip, man.
That shit in neutral.
And then that's what it. You took the words right out of my mouth, man. Like I don't know what it is, man, but we gotta start putting our foots on the team's throat, man. like you say, they tend to put it in neutral, let teams get back into the game. We did get the W. That was big. Put us back at 5-5, but we got to start putting our foots on their neck when we can. Get them out. Put them
what
out
was the other game for the Titans? We jumped out 14-0 on the Titans. Got to finish, man. Got to finish. I think you picked the Jags to cover in this one. Been there. It was a divisional game. I had the Colts cover, and Colts. This was a 10.5 point spread. Colts had an 11-point lead for I feel like 2.5 quarters, 20-9, and then Colts went. The Jacksonville Jaguars went down and scored, put 2 on the board, cut it down. Colts came back, put another field goal on the board, but gotta have foot on the next, man. But we are. Jonathan Taylor is, special. He's tied right now with King Henry for the league lead in rushing yards. Henry ain't played in 2 weeks. That's crazy.
Hey, shout out to JT, man. I think we've been talking about it. Like, that's what we need to do, man. We need to lean on the young boy, man. He's in his rhythm. He's running the ball hard downhill. And I like what I'm seeing out of him, man. So lean on him. Lean on
2-8, man.
That's
lean
what we
on 2-8. I think Colts you look at them play, man. They look like you said, we got to finish. Definitely a lot of things we can and should need to clean up, but they got the pieces, man. Carson been playing well. He's come over and revived his career. It looks like up to this point, defense is playing well. Young boy Isaiah Rodgers got his start. Got some reps out there, corner, man. He looked good. I like what I see out of the young 3-4 out there, man. But Got to put their foot. We got to have that killer instinct, man.
No question.
Need that. Mike White. We did talk about that though. Told you, Mike White. It was time for him to come back down to earth.
And he had that starter position. It's a little different, but we ain't gonna talk about that. It's a little tough. It's a little tough, but we ain't gonna talk about that. You're a starter now. Like
this dude man.
People know who you is. They know what they getting. But we ain't gonna talk about that.
We ain't gonna talk
Buffalo Bills smashed them boys. Rams tonight, Monday Night Football. They going to San Fran. Divisional battle. Rams is 3.5 point favorite. I think we both got the Rams in this one, right?
I got the Rams winning. Rams covering too.
Yeah. So
Odell making his debut.
Von Miller. And I think week 10 is gonna be the week where the best quarterback situation in this division is going to show up tonight, like my man D-Butt said.
So out of these two teams, or because we got Kyler, and I think Kyler is clearly the best quarterback in this division right now, with Russ being banged up.
Man, you still got Matt Stafford at 3?
Yeah, Matt Stafford's still at 3 for me.
Jeez.
Russ just came off his worst game as a pro, but Wolverine, he'll be back. Mr. Unlimited, he'll be back. So I guess right now, what did Matt Stafford do last week? My last image of Matt Stafford right now is spinning around the end zone and throwing it to somebody's chest, and then the play after, throwing it right to Kevin Byard for a pick six. That's my last image of Matt Stafford right there.
They 7-2, and you got Matt Stafford, number 3 quarterback in the division.
I'm saying I done seen him against some good teams. They got punished. The Cardinals, Titans.
Ooh.
Punish. I would say 2B, because I can't clearly put Russ at 2 right now because we don't know how that thing gonna be, man. How that finger gonna be.
Okay. But hey, hopefully we get a good matchup tonight, Monday Night Football, week 10, the Rams and the Niners.
Thursday, November 18th, the Man-to-Man Pod is back. November. Holidays are here. Christmas pretty much here right now, man. I know you over there getting ready. How your day been going so far, man?
Man, been going good, man. You already know how that last quarter of the year be, man. I feel like that last quarter be flying by.
Facts, man. Are you a New Year's resolution guy?
I think mine's really be like the same every year. It just be like, just get better. You know what I'm saying? Like, just get better. Continue to grow. That's kind of my New Year's thing. year in and year out. How about you?
Yeah, I'm definitely a resolution guy, but like it's usually typical same stuff. More discipline, consistency,
Yeah.
focus, and then sometimes you have your little, certain goals that you want to hit. But for all the New Year's resolution folks out there like myself, you might as well start now, man.
Might as
Starting
well.
early.
You got your Christmas tree up yet? You one of them? You had your go up on Thanksgiving.
But Thanksgiving. That's the pressure's already been applied though. I in the neighborhood, I think we saw maybe like 3 sets of lights.
Yeah.
Some people they can't wait. As soon as Halloween over, they throw the lights up, and the community has put some lights up already. So start to feel that pressure from the kids. Like, hey.
I got that question this morning, dropping the kids off to school. Hey, Dad, when we getting that tree?
Hell yeah, they be talking about it at school.
Nah, no question.
Bad news.
Yeah.
And heard I think yesterday, Young Dolph, rapper Young Dolph, lost his life. Senseless violence, man. Down in Memphis, his hometown where he's from. Did a lot for that community. He was gunned down, slain yesterday. So condolences to him and his family, man. Was you a fan of Dolph?
Yeah, man. The Memphis rappers, man, been coming on tough, But definitely Young Dolph had a lot of hits, man. It was dope just to see him at Jackson State homecoming in the locker room after they win. Him interacting with the players, man, and it was like you said, man, just shocking news. And as it's been, talked about across the social media platforms, man. And one big thing is like, these rappers, man, being killed in their hometowns. You know what I'm saying? And that's supposed to be one of the places that you feel the most comfortable. You know what I mean? But as you hear it, and you've been in that situation where you grew up where you grew up at. You've been able to go and do great things or whatever. And at times, man, everybody's not happy to see you to go on and do bigger and better things, especially when you come from the same struggle that they've come from, and they're just struggling to get out. You know what I mean? But it's just unfortunate, like you said, man. 36 years old. Not sure if he was married, but his girl, leaving behind two beautiful children, man. So again, man, it's just unfortunate, man. And again, just these young brothers are getting killed, man. It's getting sick to continuously hear this shit day in and day out, man. And at some point, man, we gotta stop this shit, man.
Yeah, for sure. And obviously you're hearing about it because it's Dolph is a rapper, like you said, but this is happening day in, day out in cities, communities around the country, around the world. And a lot of it obviously can be avoided. And we know a lot of the things that lead to things like this happening. I think that's where it needs to start to break these cycles. And, we like, come on, man. We gotta figure this out and take care of each other, man. Because this shit get crazy, man. RIP to Dolph, man. He was independent too. Independent was put the same with Nip. Nip was another shocking murder that happened in his hometown as well. Independent. He reportedly, was buying a bunch of properties for his kids every year for their birthdays. So he was doing things, the right way. So hate to see a young man losing his life like this, man. Supporting a small business in his own community at that, which is fucking wild, man. But praise to the family.
I tip my hat to Steph, to the Golden State Warriors, man, playing some beautiful ball right now.
Man, he's special, man. And I've been, obviously saying it for a while. Everybody has seen he's a special player for a while now, but I've, kind of been. That's like that's like the NBA's version of Justin Herbert for me, man. He just different, man. Wasn't actually.
Oh my God! Did you just say that?
I ain't gonna disrespect Steph like that. Steph is a unicorn in his own place.
Okay.
In his own place.
I get it. That's Justin Herbert's your guy in the NFL, and
you get what I was saying. I just don't want it to be twisted and misconstrued. But I remember last year I got some pushback from you when I think I put him in my top 5.
Top 5 all time.
Post like that I've watched is what I said. I remember that conversation we had. And I think Shaq was left out of my top. He was like, "Damn, no Shaq. You gonna put Steph?" And I had Steph over KD, and we had a whole. We're gonna revisit that, but
yeah, we will. We will.
Let's get back to 2021, man. He's doing some special things. He's on pace to do, and he's doing it while a lot of other stars in the NBA are kind of regressing a little bit because of these new rules.
Regressing? Who's regressing?
I ain't gonna call no names. It's early.
But I don't know who you talking about. I would love to who's regressing?
It's some big time players out there. That's not these new rules. We got a new ball that they're using. They went from Spalding to Wilson.
Are you talking about James Harden?
Oh, James, he's definitely one of those. Since we're gonna start calling names, James Harden.
Okay.
Dame Lillard. And you know how I feel about Dame. You know what I mean? Like, it's still early, but Dame, James, very early. Trae Young, and now it's something I want to ask you because I usually don't watch a lot of regular season basketball. For a while, it got really it just wasn't fun to watch. Playoffs late in the season when it really matters, that's when you watch. But now I can watch a game, almost anybody playing because they let them play.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the new rules? And everything that's going on in the NBA as a viewer?
Man, I love it, man. I love it. You know what I'm saying? And I think I think everybody who's a fan of sports, this past couple of years been kind of saying leaning towards it's getting soft. You know what I mean? So being able to see these players play,
soft.
Yeah, hey, I like it. And it's funny, man. When I was on vacation or whatever, I was fortunate enough to talk to some older NBA cats. Shout out to Mitch Richmond, Theo Ratliff, Charles Smith, and I was just kind of asking them about where the game was at now, as far as when they played, as far as just the physicality of the game.
Yeah,
and they kind of were saying the kind of same thing. They kind of like where it's getting back to that point. And again, I think those star players, some of them, I feel as though will be able to matriculate and catch up to it. But
Dame went off last night. I actually bet against him last night. They played the Bulls, I think. They had the Bulls minus 4.5. Dame came back and.
But again, though, you can't fault the players, though. You can't fault the players of how they were playing. This is how the game was being called, so I'm gonna use that to my advantage. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
I'm saying so that's just
it's some gamesmanship to it, but. That I ain't like it, man. And I was a big fan of James Harden, still a big fan of James, right. But it is a lot of things that he was doing out of natural basketball move that's going to draw fouls. So I love the fact that they intentionally put some rules in place to make it better for us.
I'm 100% on your side. But if this is how they're calling the game, shit, why not use that? If they gonna keep calling it, and I keep doing this dumb shit, and the defender keep falling for it, and the refs keep calling it, I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't a fan of it either, but hey, you know what I mean? Yeah. If I'm gonna get away with it, shit, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, but it was a game, the Warriors Nets game a couple of days ago. They got a lot of reaction and got loudmouth over there, ESPN yelling again and bringing Kyrie back up. The ratings must have dropped off for a couple of days. He had to get him back right. But Steph, he went on. And I feel like Steph is in these games, the games he was matched up with Trae Young, went off for a 50 clip. Hey, young fella, this, go back and see KD and Harden. Hey, in y'all building, I'm getting MVP chance, shoot it chance. I feel like he's on a mission right now. When Klay get back, he's been speaking out a little more than he's ever been. He's on a mission. Draymond Green just started his new podcast.
Yeah,
so he'll be talking a lot. It's gonna be exciting to watch them guys. But you worried about them Nets? You were the first person I heard tell me, hey, without Kyrie, these Nets are not gonna be the same. They're not going to find. I was like, man, they still got Harden. They still got KD. You tripping?
I told you, bro. Without Kyrie, this Nets team is just. I'm not gonna say a regular team because you do still have two megastars, but
I think they're second in the East right now. I think they're 11-5 right now.
They are second in the East, but they don't scare anybody. I don't think. They're 11. I think they're 11-5. They don't scare anybody. And I don't believe in the Nets without Kyrie.
I also don't believe in. Oh man, I feel sorry for KD, or I feel sorry. Man, come on, man. You got James Harden right there, bro. You got
two of the top 10 players in the league on the same team.
You got Patty Mills. Like come on, man. You got Blake Griffin. You got players. Cut it out, man. Aldridge. They got to stop with this shit. But I love it, man. I love to see it. Big NBA news though. In my space.
That's huge.
This is huge news. This is huge news for us out there, guys. I don't know who out there else in the crypto fam. But the iconic Staples Center, iconic, obviously the home of the Lakers and the Clippers for a while, and the Sparks. I think the Kings too. LA Kings, yeah. But iconic arena in sports will be renamed on Christmas Day to the Crypto.com arena. This isn't the first one. We got one here in Miami. It's already the FTX arena. It was American Airlines, but how did you react to this news? What was your first reaction to this? Obviously, we've seen crypto developing in the sports space.
Wow. Again, in my travels, I would say my whole week there, that's what 90% of the talk was about crypto and NFT. So obviously, this is as you already know, you're big in the crypto space. Crypto is big worldwide. Mm-hmm. So that was the first thing I said was wow, because like you said, Staples Center is very iconic. I know it's a lot of fans just kind of feeling a certain type of way about the Staples.
For now,
right?
You know what I mean?
But again, I think it's a huge move, and it just goes to show where crypto's not slowing down, and it's not going to slow down for a while. So, it's a major move.
Major, and it was over $700 million. I think 20 years, the deal, something like that. But I mean, like you said, it's not slowing down. And this is the FTX. They signed a deal with Ohtani, who's one of the favorites to be the favorite to be the AL MVP. Tom Brady. Yeah, so somebody did a deal with Aaron Rodgers, Steph Curry, like all these. It's moving. It's moving, man. So I love it. And I know we all tied to Staples now, but 5-10 years from now, my kids gonna know crypto. You know what I mean? That's what they're gonna know. That's where Kobe Bryant's, Magic Johnson, that's where their jersey's gonna be hanging, in the Crypto.com arena. The Crypt.
Yeah.
That's crazy though, man. That's wild. It is definitely wild to see though.
Sure, the Colts Hard Knocks last night, man. I know I missed it. You said you tuned in.
Yeah.
How was it?
Yeah, so I had to tune in, man. It was the first one of its kind. During the season, I've enjoyed the Hard Knocks training camp over the years. I thought it was pretty good. And it kind of came the perfect time for them, because they started off and they kind of showed the progression of the season, but started off slow and now kind of fighting their way back in the playoff picture. It kind of highlighted, they usually highlight a couple guys, highlighted Carson Wentz, Maniac, Darius Leonard was highlighted as well. Had some cool moments. Naheem Hines linking up with Tavon Austin before the game. Mm-hmm. And for those of you who don't know, and you older than Tavon, I'm older than Tavon, but for the guys that are younger than Tavon, like his highlight tape in college was like the standard.
Top. Probably one of the top. Because I watched it and was like, and he's from Baltimore.
Yep.
One of my roommates is from Baltimore. Big Cheese been on here one time. Yep. He's from Baltimore, and he was telling me he was like, yo, we got a young boy in Baltimore that can do it.
Yeah. And
seeing his highlight, and still to this day, I would say he probably top 5 highlights.
I saw his high school stuff because I was in the Big East, obviously at UConn, and playing West Virginia. And they had Noel Devine, Pat White, Steve Slayton, Darius, all these phenomenal playmakers. And they're like, hey, we got another one coming up. This dude, Baltimore, he might be better than all of them.
Yeah.
So I watched the tape, and then obviously, talking to my young guys that was playing against him at Dub V. whew, special. But that was a dope moment seeing him kind of, because we I think we've all kind of had those moments where we on the field pre-game or post-game or somebody we looked up to and we seen him, you get a chance to meet him. So that was definitely a dope moment. But it was good all around. I thought it was good production, showing behind the scenes meeting.
So will it be one of them things you catch every week or and not and I know
honestly because of the Colts. You know what I mean?
And that's what I was about to ask. So I was about to ask, like, if it was any other team, would it be one of them things that, I got to catch this week?
Probably not. Probably not. But because it's the Colts and, looking, a bunch of the guys in there. And sure. I think, definitely. I'm looking at the facility too. Like, damn, I wish we had some of that.
I heard. Hey, so Van Albright just asked a question. Who was that player for you? Like, when you got to the league, like, damn, like, that's so-and-so. Like,
oh, man. When I got to the league, Champ Bailey was definitely one of them. I remember the first time I saw Champ, I was like, oh, shit. Like, that's when Ed Reed.
Yeah.
Bro, I had to go down. I had to go holler at 20. So those are probably the two that would jump out to me first. What about you?
Man, I ain't gonna front. I walked in the locker room. I was able to play alongside one of mine, like Bob Sanders.
Yeah.
Like I was in college, man, and watching him, even though he was only a couple years, the way he was playing, I was like, damn, like, can I play like that? With Ed Reed. So those two guys just playing the safety position was kind of like those two guys for me.
Yeah, for sure, man. In my locker room, I got drafted by the Patriots. So you had Brady, Moss, like Rand. That was surreal to me, even more so than Brady. Like, damn, teammates with Randy Moss.
Yeah,
Fred Taylor was my teammate. He was another. From Florida, I looked up to. So, I had those moments, a lot. Honestly, playing that game against y'all 4th and 2. That was my rookie year. That was probably 3 times in my career where I felt like, damn, like this, like I'm in like a movie or something or a video.
What happened in that game?
Now I don't want to talk about the end, but during the game, I'm in the stands. I'm looking over and I see like 18, like Peyton just like, hey, I'm like,
the Rook did. The Rook. Check.
Hold up, cuz he looking at me. Let me chase something. Hey, boy, I tell you what, boy, we was on y'all ass out the gates. We went and adjusted. It was one drive it was my drive. It was the Rook's drive, man. Austin Collie gave me every route I had never seen, boy. Ooh.
They come back to the sideline. Hey, we got one. Hey, we found them. We found them.
Hey, when you in that game, that red dot. Hey, I got to get this red dot off. I got to. I don't care if I got a whole flag, something. Something got to give, but.
I had one of them games, D-Buck. So I remember that. That was when Peyton, and I kind of felt disrespected. Because it's like, because it was when Peyton was in Denver. He came back to Lucas Oil.
Mm-hmm.
And I had 2 touchdowns. Yeah, I had 2 touchdowns scored on me, right? So I was like,
triangle
at that time, it was,
triangle.
You remember?
One of them was a triangle, Eric Decker.
One of them was triangle. And then the first one was when was it tight end Julius Thomas, right? He caught the joint. It was a good catch when he caught it or whatever. But I was like, damn, I'm stank out here today. And I'm like, yo, me and Pete been teammates for a while, so you think I'm a weak link out here?
Hey, he was hey, yeah, I finally got for one ass. I know where I could get him.
Yes. So but second half, we kind of turned it around, but we've all had those moments.
Turned up. Shout out to Sandman too. Rob got us a nasty strip sack in the end zone. He'll be going into the Ring of Honor. What, 10 days?
The 28th.
Yep, 10 days. He'll be going to the Ring of Honor. So shout out 9-8, but that was a hell of a game. That stadium
was crazy.
Rocking that day. But what's this?
AB, there's this real lazy take going around about too high shell defense. Please explain to the people late safety rotation in the skies.
A lot of people in general know what the hell they
don't know. Yeah, they don't know what a too high shell defense, because a too high shell defense could be multitude of coverages. Like
everybody
it's not
they play cover 2.
Yeah, it could be cover 2, it could be cover 4, you could be trapping. It's so many different things you could be doing in a too high shell defense. You could be playing cover 4 on one side, you could be playing cover 2 on another side, cover 2 on the strong side, you know what I mean? So it's different variations of too high shell defenses. Obviously, you know, when you disguise, you want to show a quarterback 2 different looks. You want to show them a pre-snap look, and you want to give them a post-snap look. So again, a lot of times, you know, you'll be in a too high shell, and a safety could roll down late. They can roll down to the flat. He could roll down and be a hook player, man. So it's a lot of different things that you can do in a defense. And the good defenses, they show quarterbacks them different looks. They switch it up. I think that was the biggest thing when we used to play. So I know one year we was in I was playing in San Fran, and we was playing against A-Rod, and what we did the entire game was just lined up corners and safeties. We lined up 10 yards, and we just lined up across the board, and we gave him that same look every snap, but we were rolling to different coverages. Again, you know, have him thinking after that ball is snapped. So again, man, you know, too high shell, you know, when you listen to the analysts, sometimes you got to mute the TV, man, because they'll have you thinking some.
You better turn to the Manning cast.
Yeah, the Manning cast. So again, you know, too high shell. It's not lazy. It's actually some good shit if you have a great defensive coordinator and some leaders that can get you where you need to be.
Yeah, we got we got to get the man-to-man cast this playoffs or next year or something. Networks, y'all have the network, but they don't know what the hell they talk about most of the time. And honestly, shit, we could be watching and not know what the hell they're being coached. You know what I mean? Because unless you watch a team and you knowing what they're saying in those meetings, like, hey, if we get this route, we're gonna play it like this. If he breaks it, this, because some teams can run the same exact coverages, but if a receiver breaks out at 8 yards, team A is going to treat that completely different than team B. So it's so many, and they could start and then change mid-season, you know, mid-game. So it's so many different moving parts that it's tough to really know live. So it's not necessarily their fault. They don't know what the hell they're talking about, but good question.
Good question. Another good question, Javier B. How protective were you of your playbook notes, etc., when you're on the road? So a great example of this is home teams. Home teams will have people go into the visitor locker room and go through the trash can. So like facts, you know what I'm saying? So they'll have people that's working go through the trash can, because, you know, obviously after a game, not thinking of it, hey, I'm done with this game, I'm gonna throw this plan of this game into the trash can. You know what I'm saying? So hey, this could be a divisional opponent. Hey, maybe next time this is how they're trying to play us, or it could be a coach that's coming from this coaching tree, and maybe this is how they do certain things or whatever. So coaches will always be hip, like, hey, don't leave any of these papers or laying around, don't throw them in the trash can. Of that, you know, so that's a great question. Yeah, you know, that does happen.
Yeah, and I saw Nakiba, she put in said the Pat stealing.
That's not stealing.
It's not stealing. It's, you know, getting rid of the garbage, cleaning up the room. You know, you may leave it ready. You got to watch your shit now. And I tell you this, a lot of people get on the Patriots about, you know, stealing or cheating or bending the rules or doing this to that. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, guys, but every team tries to find every team, I won't say cheats.
You heard. You
But
know the old saying. You know the old saying.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
You already know.
You know what I mean? And this is not, obviously, this is not exclusive to sports. If you look at in the industry that is so, it's high stakes. It's high stakes, man. We got millions, billions of dollars on the line, championships, jobs. So people gonna try. G.I. Joe, one man's trash, another man's treasure. That's a fact. So it's moles in different organizations, like all this shit that you watch on TV. This is going on in these industries. So people, I had a coach tell me, hey, if I had a close friend or somebody on the other team, hey man, you talked to so and so this week. You know what I mean? You'll give 10%, get 90 back. But if you know better, you know better. But yeah, everybody trying to do it, so I can't be mad if one team doing it better. But
somebody talked about it before we talk about this Bengals and Raiders game. Somebody talked about the Tristan Thompson press conference, and I'm not sure if you've seen it, but it was talked. I think in the press, well, not the press conference, it was Luke Walton. Well, a reporter asked, "Do you think Luke Walton has to do more to motivate you guys?" You know what I mean? And I think Tristan Thompson had a great answer and was like, right now, where we at in our career, no grown man should need another grown man to motivate them to play well, to play better, whatever the case may be. And I thought that was,
who else said that this
with
year?
Tristan Thompson.
No, it was a coach that said that this year too in football. Jets coach Robert Salah said that.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, I agree with him. Like, shit, why you need another man to motivate you to come out here and do your job?
Facts. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But Tristan also, I think as a player, for sure, 100% agree with you. Nobody should have to motivate. You got to be self-motivated. Tristan obviously is a old, wildly vet at this point. He's a champion, done it for a long time. If your team is made up with a bunch of young guys and you're a coach, though, I think you have to find some way to, make sure your team, you ain't got to get in and do a rah-rah speech and, this one's for the Gipper type shit, but you got to find different ways to motivate you, especially if you got a young squad, especially in basketball. Basketball, you got some 18, 19, 20-year-old kids sometimes.
Agreed.
Who, may be caught up in the lifestyle of being an NBA player. So I think you do got to find some creative ways to keep your team motivated. But as a player, 100% agree with him. Robert Salah, your team needs something.
You should look back
Flacco this week.
You see the back and forth between him and Rex Ryan?
Nah, I did see Rex Ryan say, "Don't ever compare me."
And then Robert was like, "Man, this man always got something to say. Like, if you need something, if you got something to say, man, you know where to find me. Come see me.
You know the address. I'm in your old office, champ.
Yeah, come see me.
Stop playing with me, but that's what happens when you get on TV. You get on these networks, man. You gotta say shit to get some buzz, get people talking about you. Rex always saying some wild shit. I don't know what he meant by. I don't know the context of it. I haven't even heard Robert Salah compared to Rex outside of being rookie head coach, defensive guy with the Jets. Yeah. But Rex did do his thing early on with the Jets. Rookie quarterback too, Mark Sanchez.
So they got Joe Flacco out there starting. Boy,
the Mike White experience is over that quick.
You know why?
Damn. I told you he was gonna come down to earth last week, but damn.
I mean, he got put in that starting position. It's a little different when all eyes is on you. It's a little different. He came in as a backup. We ain't know what we was gonna get. We ain't have whatever. But now you the starter. It's a little bit more pressure on your shoulders, baby. But we ain't gonna talk about that.
There you go. Yeah, we move past.
We move past that.
But shout out to the Mike White experience, man. It was a hell of a ride, young fella.
Man, my man said I should have been the first round.
First pick.
First pick.
Round. He said I should have been first overall. Ooh. So this is not the last we see of Mike White, all right? You heard it first. This is not the last we see.
That line did not grow well.
But to get up out of here, we got to get these mailbags real quick. We've been telling y'all to send the mailbags in. We got Nick. Nick's been sending them in. So we're gonna keep reading them, Nick. It's the mailbag, db202ab41@gmail.com. So send those mailbags in. We got one from Nick. Nick question. We drop Nick.
Good morning, people. Boys, I need some answers from you. So we've seen Cam Newton re-sign and ball out, and now he's coaching the fucking team. And then OBJ leaves the Browns. Both situations, they get painted as the bad guy, but they're good fucking teammates and good people. I don't fucking get it. OBJ, when he was hurt, he was helping the rookies learn, and he was teaching them routes and everything while he was on the sidelines. And we saw Cam Newton yesterday leading the fucking huddle, even though this is his first game back in I don't even know how long. Why the fuck does the narrative get painted against these motherfuckers? I don't get it. We need some answers.
Great question.
No, Nick, he was riled up over there. You asked for the pre-workout.
Yeah, pre-workout in the back. Got the sleeve tight on the arms. I would say, like you said, man, it's the narrative. It's the narrative from, I would say, the media. Because, again, like you said, if you go into each locker room that those guys have been in, or even people that's come encounter with those guys, they would tell you they're good guys. You know what I mean? So I haven't spent much time with either one of those guys. But, again, I know for a fact that though they are good guys. You know what I'm saying? And again, it's the narrative that the media paints. Maybe they don't move,
polarizing figures,
or dress the way a particular group of people think they should. But again, man, it's just a narrative, man, and you can't always, as we always know, you can't go for what people say. You gotta build your own opinion about a person, man.
Got to, man. They're polarizing figures, man. So they're gonna be talked about a lot. Everything they do is gonna be poked at. Some of the things that they have done, they brought it on themselves, but that's just part of it. You know, we all young, we all do things. But from everything I've heard, I was Cam's teammate. You know, I still holler at Cam. Great teammate, great locker room guy. Same for Odell. But yeah, that, you know, that's TV. You know, they say what they got to say for ratings, and you know what it is. Cam been rubbing people the wrong way since college. You know, they done hated on Cam. So
yeah.
That's crazy. We go, man. Y'all be easy. Don't holler at Pat and them. Gone.